What's going on YouTube? This is Jabber Tech. You might be a little confused. You might think that this is an Apple Watch. The packaging looks very Apple-esque, but this is the brand new Samsung Galaxy Watch 3. It was just announced this week. I'm going to do an unboxing. We're going to do a first look at it, and I might also just do a quick side-by-side comparison with the quote-unquote old Galaxy Watch 46mm. There's some similarities, there's some differences, but off the bat, I'm super happy Samsung gave us an all-black edition. I was never really a fan of the two-tone silver black, but enough about that. Let's get into this unboxing and check it out together. This is a 45mm edition in Mystic Black, and I'm digging the style already, but I can already see where Samsung's going with this. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. Let me just go ahead and turn this on as we check out what else is going on in the box. This is everything we get in the box, and honestly, at $429 before tax, this will run you about $470 here in New York after tax. I'm a little disappointed to see that Samsung is only giving you one band. They're only including one band style and one band size. This is their leather, medium, and large band, but I kind of wish they would give us maybe a rubber band as well, because they know a lot of people actually use these watches for tracking their workouts and whatnot. So right off the bat, guys, you will have to spend another couple of dollars to kind of change this band out. It's a nice band, and again, what I mentioned earlier on in the video, I can see that Samsung is trying to go for the more luxurious market. They're trying to make this a more suit-friendly type of watch, even though it has a ton of active features on the inside. Regardless of what they give you inside or what they don't give you, this is a very expensive watch now. It's a lot more money than the previous generation. They made it a lot thinner, and again, I think it looks a lot classier. I think this looks really, really nice. You can see that the cues from the Active Watch 2 have been put into the design of the Galaxy Watch 3 while maintaining the Galaxy Watch 46mm type of design as well. Main specifications that you want to know as we set this up. This will work on iOS, although the functionality will be limited on iOS. It's best paired with Android phones and it's best paired with Samsung phones, but if you don't have a Samsung phone, this will still work perfectly fine. You do have to download a bunch of applications, but once you're done with that, it'll work just fine. Finally, we've set up the watch. Everything is done. Everything is paired up, and this sort of look like on the wrist. I think this is a very attractive watch. Yet again, it really sits nicely on your wrist. If you take a look at that, it doesn't really stick up as much as the old Galaxy Watch 46mm. Samsung is going for a more elegant look, and with that elegance, they're charging a premium for it. Now, is this something that I would recommend over the Galaxy Watch 46mm? I'll let you know my thoughts after we continue this unboxing, as we continue on with the first impressions. The main specs that you want to know about the brand new Galaxy Watch 3, and yes, they might be a little bit familiar with one of the older generations, the Galaxy Watch 46mm here. Even the Galaxy Watch Active 2, a lot of these specs will be very familiar to you. Like the processor, it still has the Exynos 9110, which is a dual-core 1.5 GHz processor. Honestly, I don't have any problem with that. That was a perfectly fine processor. The watch is very snappy, no issues with that at all. Now, the RAM has also been increased, so we get 1 GB of RAM, up from the 768 that we had in the Galaxy Watch 46mm. The battery is a little bit of a disappointment. The battery in this one is 340 milliamp hour, whereas before we had 472. Now they did that to keep this casing down, to make it a thinner watch. And if you see that, I actually don't mind. I think that having a thinner watch will be just fine. As long as this can last a couple days, as long as this is a multi-day watch, I have no problems with that. They might have done some software tweaks as well to kind of keep that battery going. Samsung has always been pretty decent when it comes to watch battery. You get the same durability, so you have the 810G durability, 5 ATM, IP68 water and dust resistance. The screen has been beefed up, and you can tell that this screen is absolutely beautiful. The screen now is a 1.4 inch, up from the 1.3 inch. And covering this 1.4 inch screen, we now have the Gorilla Glass DX Plus. So that's going to give us a little bit more scratch resistance, going to be a little bit more durable than last year's Gorilla Glass DX. The screen itself, in normal Samsung fashion, an AMOLED panel, which is super vibrant, really an awesome panel. Samsung knows how to make these screens, and they just keep getting better and better. And you have the heart rate monitor on the back. Now, speaking of this heart rate monitor, this is something that I'm a little bit disappointed with. They're charging almost $500 for this watch after tax, $429, and then you add the tax wherever you are. But at almost $500, $468 here in New York City. The blood oxygen sensor, ECG, is not available just yet. That's currently only available in South Korea. Now, if you're trying to charge almost $500, I think you should have had all of these features ready. I think you should have had this watch ready for prime time. This is not ready for prime time for people that really want to monitor their heart status, that really want to monitor their health status. I don't think that's right of Samsung to release a half-baked product. Now, it's not really half-baked. Don't get too crazy about that. It's just missing some features. But again, at this price point, at this high price point, it's a steep barrier to entry to buy one of these watches. They should have had all the features ready. They should have been ready for prime time. But it does have fall detection. So if you do wear this and you trip and you fall and you can't get up, it'll ask you if you've fallen. If you don't reply, if you don't respond, it'll start calling you emergency contacts. So Samsung kind of got that ready, but the ECG, your blood oxygen sensor, that is not ready at all. That's just a bummer, especially at this price point. You get all the sensors you'd expect in a high-end watch, like the barometer, like the gyroscope. You get all of that goodness baked right in. Of course, you have GPS as well, and that ambient light sensor that has to be in every wearable, in my opinion. So yes, this watch does have a speaker, it does have a microphone, but as always with watches that have microphones and speakers, if you're out and about in New York City in a major metropolitan area, it is still pretty hard to kind of listen to the other person. You do have to put this up to your ear, so in that case, you might as well use your phone. But if you're at home and you're doing the dishes, you're on the couch, the speaker and mic comes in super handy. Now, if you do want to stream music, they do have an LTE version that'll work with Spotify, and you can stream directly from the watch without any Bluetooth connection to your phone, but you will need Spotify, you will need that LTE connection. With the Bluetooth model, of course, you will need to be paired to a phone, and you can use Spotify as well. You can fast forward, you can rewind, you can pause, you can change the volume level of whatever you're listening to on your phone. This will work in just about every single application. If you have some music stored on your watch as well, you can directly pair this to a Bluetooth headset, and you can listen to whatever's stored on your watch. Thanks to that 8 gigabytes of storage, you can play that directly to your headphones if you have some headphones connected. Included in the watch as well, we do get Samsung Pay. So unfortunately, MST is a thing of the past. We can no longer use MST. But you do have NFC, which is just about everywhere these days. You can set up your credit cards and you can pay directly from your watch. I've become very accustomed to using mobile payments and having it on your wrist, especially if you're out running and you don't take your phone with you. You have some preloaded music, you're ready to go. You can always pay for that water, for that protein shake right after your run. So I think that's super useful. What good is having something on your wrist taking up valuable real estate if we don't have an assistant ready and able to answer all of your questions? Bixby is on this watch, and that is something that you either like or you don't. She's gotten a lot better. She's definitely improved over the days. You can add things to your schedule. You can start a run. You can do a lot of things with Bixby. Hey Bixby, what's the weather?
It is mostly cloudy and 79 degrees right now.
You get a nice response from Bixby, a nice graphical response as well. Hey Bixby, will it rain tomorrow?
Like there will be a good chance of
Hey Bixby, who's the President of the United States?
I didn't understand that.
Hey Bixby, where's the closest Starbucks?
There aren't any navigation capsules available.
Hey Bixby, what time does Macy's close?
There aren't any local businesses capsules available.
I don't really know what I'm missing. I don't know what she's talking about, capsules or whatnot. If you guys know, please let me know down in the comments below. But I use the Google Assistant every time to get hours of operation for businesses, to find local businesses around me. And that's something that Bixby cannot do. And she doesn't even know who the President of the United States is these days. But so she still needs a lot of work. And I've been saying that since the get. I've been saying that for years. I wish Samsung would just put the Google Assistant on here and get it over with. But it is what it is. She's here. She's semi-functional. She does her thing on the watch. To scroll through the watch, if you scroll to the left, this is where all your notifications will be. You can delete all of them just with a press of a button. Scrolling to the right, you get to see some more things, such as your daily activity. You have quick access, quick shortcuts to apps, quick access to things that you use on a daily basis. You also have quick access to your activity tracking. And what's new this year with the Galaxy Watch 3, and this is what I've been talking about in all of my other videos, if you're going to call yourself an active watch, if you're going to call yourself an activity tracker, especially when you're charging this type of money, you should include some advanced tracking metrics as well. Samsung is including your VO2 metrics. I think that's going to be a lot more useful to a lot of people out there. And I just started a run. Obviously, I'm not running. I'm indoors in the office, but I just want to show you what you can see. You can set up all of these pages as you want. I'm just showing you what it comes with. If you've never seen a Samsung watch before, I just want you guys to know what you're in store for. Scrolling again, you get your weather widget. We all like knowing about the weather. Scrolling again, there's your calendar. You also get a music player app. Samsung also has a really nice sleep tracking app on their devices. So if you do like tracking your sleep, I personally cannot sleep with anything on my wrist. But if you're the type of person that likes to track your sleep, you don't need to download anything. It comes pre-installed on the watch, and I give Samsung a huge thumbs up for that. And there's the plus sign. You can go in and you can add different widgets, and we'll just scroll through some of them here, and you can read what they say. It's basically just kind of like an overview. I do like the widgets, and I do like the scrolling wheel. Makes it very simple. If it's cold, if you have gloves on, whatever the case is, you can still always interact with your watch. So for that, I give Samsung a huge thumbs up for. I think they do a really nice job. Lastly, we all like watch faces, am I right? I'll leave a link down in my description if you want to check out some more watch faces that I've reviewed. But these are some of the watch faces, and we get some new ones here as well. Let's just scroll through so you guys can see that. And as always, there's a ton of them in the Galaxy store that you can just go and download. So if you like watch faces, this is a great watch for you to get. There's a huge collection of watch faces online. Just go to the Galaxy store. You can download as many watches as you want directly from the watch itself. You can see that here. You can just scroll through for days. And then if you swipe down from the top, you get some quick toggles here as well. I think Samsung really has designed the best wearable OS in my opinion. It's really nice. They do a very good job. Just about everything is here. You even have a little flashlight function that'll just brighten the screen if you need to illuminate something in the darkness. So I think they do a nice job. If you haven't seen a Samsung watch before, I'll leave a link down below where I went over some of the settings here, where I went over the OS, but everything is here that you need. You can have a wake up gesture. It does have automatic brightness on this as well, which is a must for any wearable. And basically, again, guys, it's pretty much everything that you need. One of the things that I really like about Samsung and what they do, you can put a lock on this, so if you lose it, if someone steals it, as long as they don't have your Samsung account, no one can ever activate this watch. Just go ahead and look on eBay. You'll see a lot of watches people are trying to sell that they claim they forgot their password. So I like this idea. I think just about every wearable should have this feature. So that's basically it, guys. That's been a look at the Galaxy Watch 3. Now, is it worth upgrading from the 46mm? I'm going to tell you no. Even though I do think this is a very beautiful watch, Samsung really designed an attractive watch, 100%, no doubt about it. It sits really nice. It looks more like a traditional watch. Every iteration, they just refine it a little bit more and more. I think they did a really nice job with this watch, but is it worth $500? Not if you already have the Galaxy Watch 46mm. If you already have the Active Watch 2, that's definitely not worth it. At $500, $468 to be exact here in New York City. This is a hard sell, really, if you don't already have a watch. If you're looking for a watch as well, I think once you push into that $500 price point, you might find some more watches that might be better suited for your needs. This is sort of like in between. It's really not a super great fitness watch. At $500, you can go into Garmin territory, you can go into Polar territory, you can go into some other territories, because $500 is really pushing up there. But let me tell you, this is an awesome looking watch. This is a watch that I would highly recommend if you just want a Samsung watch, if you want a very functional watch, if you want a watch that has a speaker, a microphone, water resistance, that has one of the best wearable OSs on the market. This is a very good watch to have. Now, this will probably last you at least 3 years if you take care of it. I don't see any reason why this wouldn't last 3 years, but it's definitely not an upgrade over the 46mm. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching. Thumbs up, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time.